Mastering the art of bootstrapping, build your startup without funding. Welcome back to Influence and Growth Mastery. I'm your host, Tonya Gossage, and I'm so thrilled to have you join me today for this episode. Have you ever felt like your dreams of starting a business are out of reach because you don't have the money to get started? I want you to think again. Today, we're going to dive into bootstrapping your startup, a resourceful, innovative, and an empowering way to grow your business without relying upon outside investors and having just a bank account full of money to get started. I did it. You can do it too. And we're going to figure out today in this podcast how you can do it. You're going to walk away with proven strategies to identify hidden resources, and I mean hidden resources, generate cash flow early, manage your money wisely, and scale smartly on a tight budget. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. So you may be asking me, what is bootstrapping anyway, and why does it matter? Well, it does matter. We're going to start today with the basics. Bootstrapping isn't just about doing more with less. I can promise you that. It's about mindset. It's about a commitment to creativity. And you may think you're not creative at all, but you are. It's also about resourcefulness. And I'm going to teach you, especially not so much today on the podcast, but for those that are in my group, they are learning all about how to be resourcefulness. And you can learn that too. Feel free to join me, Influence and Growth Mastery, on Facebook. But it's also about maintaining full control over your business. I want you to imagine this. Imagine growing your startup entirely on your own terms. This morning, I was out walking my dog, Benji, and we were out there and we were walking and cars were driving by. And I thought, oh my God, this feels so good not to have to go into the 9-to-5 job this day. I even thought about getting my phone out and taking the selfie and posting on Facebook. Man, it feels good not to have to drive into the 9-to-5 today. It feels so good to bootstrap a business, guys. It feels so good. But entirely building something on your own terms, I can't even tell you. I can't even express to you what that is like. But without giving away equity, taking on a tremendous amount of debt, you can take on a tremendous amount of debt. There are those of us that maybe have done things incorrectly, the wrong way, trying to teach people how to do it the right way. I can tell you, I've learned and I'm teaching people how to start a business on $125 a month. Yes, $125 a month. So if you would like to do that, let's connect. But without giving away everything that you have in your own personal bank account, without taking on debt, if that sounds empowering to you, comment to me right now. I know it does, right? So you don't have to have deep pockets to make a big impact. You really don't. Instead, what you have to have is a strategy that prioritizes efficient use of your skills, your network, and available tools. I wish that when I started that I had the perfect strategy that prioritized my skills and my network, but I didn't. But I am now working with people that are starting out, giving them my strategy, my framework, my network. They have access to my network, my available tools. And by the end of this episode, you are going to be equipped with some of those exact steps to grow your business starting today. I'm going to share some of those with you in this podcast to help you get started. And if interested, then you can join me in my group and maybe take further action along the line. But how do you master resources? Every great bootstrap journey starts and begins with resourcefulness. What do you already have at your disposal? What have you gained at your 9 to 5 now if you're working 9 to 5? Or what did you gain previously? Training, skill sets, networking to people, peers. What do you have at your disposal today that you can take advantage of? Even your physical space is a gold mine of opportunity. And so let's talk about that. Your social media today is even a gold mine to you. If you know how to leverage social media, use that skill today to promote your business that you're about to start or have started for free. If you have a spare room in your house, whether it's a bedroom, a small office space, a bar space, whatever it is that you may have, turn that into office space that you can utilize. Don't underestimate, again, the power of your network, the people in your ecosystem. Start making a list of people that might lend their expertise to add to yours, even if it's just for moral support. Okay. According to a University of Chicago study, if I can get that out, entrepreneurs with diverse networks are, get this, 42% more likely to succeed. Again, leverage those connections. Leverage your connections. People have a way to get you in the right places. You are just one connection away from your next big steps. I have introduced people in my network to other people that is helping them today in their business, that is getting them to new places and new faces. As somebody I just interviewed on my podcast, I love what she says. New places, new faces. I love that. So let's talk about generating early cash flow. Getting money in the door when you're bootstrapping is king. Cash flow is king. Many people have said that. I always go back to Grant Cardone because he says that. Cash flow is king. Starting by identifying low-cost sales channels. What are those low-cost channels that you can utilize? What is that low-hanging fruit that you have, your skill set, that you can utilize to start making some low-cost sales today to get you started? For example, can you set up shop on social media? Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, where? Facebook you can utilize at no cost. I have. Did you know that 30% of internet users have made purchases directly through social media platforms? You can create an irresistible offer and turn browsers, flippers, into buyers. I have, and you can do it too. There's this thing called a keyword strategy that will help you turn your browsers, your stalkers on social media into buyers. You can do it. Email marketing is another powerful, powerful tool. You can turn your readers into buyers. There's one specific entrepreneur, lives in the United Kingdom. I love getting his emails. I read almost every single one of them because they're interesting, they're well written. I love them. I love what he sells. I buy almost every single thing that he puts out there because I love his content. When you find someone to follow like that are of interest to you, and you can build a know, like, and trust factor of them, it doesn't matter if they sell napkins, you will buy them. And that's where you want to get with your people. He builds relationships. He is not a hardcore salesperson. He does affiliate marketing. He does a lot of MRR and PLR, but he does a lot of his own as well. I almost own his entire vault. No kidding. No kidding. I have bought vaults of others that he has sold because I trust him. I buy a lot of his upsells. That's where I've bought into other vaults because I trust him. His content is so good. In fact, I replied to one of his emails this morning and told him how much I enjoy his content. And he will reply back to me. Email marketing is powerful. Build your list organically by offering valuable content. I want to be like him when I grow up. I want to be like my coach when I grow up. I read every single one of her emails as well. There are so many out there that as soon as it hits, I can see the notification come up and I hit the trash can because they flood me with stuff that it's good. Don't get me wrong, but they're not someone that I've built this know, like, and trust relationship with. And so I don't want my inbox filled with their stuff because I don't have a relationship with them. Could I build one? Probably, but I'm not there. And so when you offer people valuable content and send them free guides or exclusive discounts, once you have that audience, you can market directly to them with pennies on the dollar. And they're going to buy from you, just like I buy from this gentleman. I have so much of his content that I could read probably for the rest of my life. I could provide to you such valuable content that I could educate to you for the rest of my life, and you would love it. It's content that if it resonates with me and you're my kind, it's going to resonate with you. Controlling your cash flow. Let's talk about keeping part of the cash that you earn. Managing your finances is critical for staying afloat and thriving. Start with realistic cash flow forecast. You want to list your income sources and your expense and track them carefully. Have someone help you with this if you're not good at it. I have someone who does this for me. Tools like QuickBooks make this easy. They have access to my QuickBooks. I send them statements that don't automatically integrate and feed into my QuickBooks, and it's easy, and they take care of that for me. Then when it's time for it to go straight onto my accountant, then it goes straight onto my accountant. It's easy peasy, lemon squeezy. I can't hardly say that without saying the rest. But don't forget, you also want to create emergency cash reserves. Even setting aside just a few $100s a month so that you can build up that safety net that protects your business from unexpected challenges. And like for me, I spent all of that during COVID. And then thank God I had that unexpected account in my personal, so that when COVID did hit and I had gone through all of that cash flow during COVID, I could then go into my personal funds. And it's taken a while to get out of the devastation of COVID. And for many, it's been that way. And some have not survived the COVID crash, if you will. But for many of you, working with people who've been through that and survived have created strategies to help people that are starting afresh to avoid those particular problems and issues from happening by creating new strategies and getting people on budgets that can scale. And so how do you grow your budget or your business without blowing your budget? And strategic investments and reinvestments are the answer. Every dollar you earn should work overtime for your business. So when you're running an online store, investing in better inventory management software can save you time and reduce your cost. Some things you may have to outsource. Some things you may have to get partners. I'll do this for you if you do this for me. Let's collaborate and work together. I have collaborating partners in my business. I have accountability partners in my business. Some things you may have to hire out to Fiverr or to Upwork, or you may actually do that work for other people. You may be that agency that does the work that Fiverr or Upwork does. Let's focus on high value tasks that drive growth for your business. Let's create these strategies that help you drive your business upward, not downward. Let's get you the right strategies and let's use your skill set and develop you the right strategies, get you the right resources and the right tools that help get you started off on the right path to get your business going in the right direction. And let's talk about the mindset that ties all of this stuff together. I will tell you that in my business, I have found a few tools. I have a massive toolbox of tools, and I do not use them all. They are sitting there collecting dust, going dormant, but I use a few tools that drive the entire business that I operate today. And they are going to continue to operate my business because those few tools do every single thing that I need in my business. I literally am going through Black Friday with blinders on, and I look at a lot of tools and evaluate them for other entrepreneurs. And I'm having to go into that evaluation process saying, Tonya, you do not need another tool. You have every tool that can run your business for a lifetime. You have tools that can drive other people's businesses for a lifetime. So I'm going into these developments of creating strategies for other people and evaluating these Black Friday tools for other people, saying, that looks great for you if this is the direction you're going in. I have a very similar tool, or a tool that's just like that, that's collecting dust in my business. Or I plan to use that tool when I find the right strategy in my business to use it. But it's no longer available at a lifetime purchase, but this one is, and so I would recommend it for you, or whatever. But mindset ties all of this stuff together. Bootstrapping isn't just a strategy. You have to have a strategy, but it isn't just the strategy. It's a philosophy. It's about seeing opportunities where others see limitations. And let me tell you, there are so many people out there that have a limitation mindset. They cannot see past the door that is closed in front of them. They cannot see past the door that is closed in front of them. And if you can open your mindset and you can see past the door, you can see that you have skill sets that other people don't have, and you can be open-minded to opportunities that are limitless, and that you can take your mindset and you can let a strategist help you create a bootstrap business and string it together. I'll use that term, and string it together with just a few tools. You can live your dream. You can do what I did this morning and go out and walk your dog and watch other people drive to their 9-to-5 job and say, thank God I once did that, but I am not doing it anymore. The journey, it does require grit. Have grit. I've had to have resilience, and I've had to keep commitment to continuous learning, continuous testing. I just did a test on a platform for a few weeks, months. It wasn't very long because the platform, I'm going to say, failed. I didn't like it. Didn't like the results it was getting me. Yeah. I said to the person who did my podcast, or who does my podcast, I said, I'm pulling that. I don't like it. Don't want you using it anymore. Discontinuing it. We're going to call that an experiment test failure. And entrepreneurship is all about failures. But I can tell you, I don't go a very long time in testing. I don't give up. But when something is not working, you don't use it. And so I said, that's a failure that we're stopping today. And then I've gone in and I've done some fixation, if you will, to correct those things. But you keep testing. I've kept testing, iterating, and improving processes until things work. And I do that with my clients. I am all about impact, and I want you to be all about impact. And I want you to remember that every dollar saved is a dollar that you can reinvest into growing your dream, so that you can walk or run or be out exercising at the same time people are driving to their 9-to-5 job. And you can say to yourself, I'm living my dream on a bootstrap budget, so that I can scale that budget one day. And so I want to thank you for being here today, listening to this episode. I want you to turn your dreams into a reality. And I hope that you feel inspired to take action today. And if you enjoyed this episode, if you love this episode, don't forget to subscribe, leave a review, tell a fellow entrepreneur to take action, to listen to it today. And if you want to grow with me, scale your business, join my Facebook group, Influence and Growth Mastery, for ongoing support, ongoing resources, and to help your business thrive. And until next time, keep bootstrapping, keep growing, and believing in yourself. I know you've got this. You've got this. I'll see you again very, very soon. Bye.